Instead, in Alcott's own words, for a prominent disability advocate and someone who puts himself out there, to then not choke it up in a final played in his own backyard was a massive relief. After all, you can't miss Dylan Alcott and his story. His profile has skyrocketed in the last 18 months. Over the past fortnight, he's played a prominent role on new host broadcaster Nine's coverage. Then there's his role as the public face of ANZ for the past 2 Australian Opens. His autobiography Able was released in the lead-up to Christmas. The New York Times this week wrote about him under the headline, "The most famous man at the Australian Open is not who you think." Dylan Alcott continued his dominance at Melbourne Park. Credit. Up after Saturday's victory, Alcott's message was straight to the point, from the heart and, more importantly, broadcast to a live television audience. "I remember I was 14 years old and I was lying in bed, and all I wanted to do was make it in the mainstream in some way." An emotional Alcott said, "I wanted to show that people with disability can be elite at what they do. I wanted to show them that they could be normal people, get a job, work, have fun, have a partner, do all the things everyone takes for granted." This match was broadcast on every single TV in Australia. "That meant a lot to me, and it meant a lot to the 4.5 million people in Australia with a disability." Alcott, right, and runner-up David Wagner. Credit. Later, Alcott, after continuing his wheelchair dominance in Melbourne, freely acknowledged his newfound pressure, "The pressure that comes with someone who is everywhere. That win meant the most to me because I think someone wrote a funny tweet. I read it." Alcott said, "If you put yourself out there, it puts more pressure on you. It really does. I've really been everywhere the last 2 weeks." He even said Saturday's assignment had been tougher compared to last year when he dragged himself out of his sickbed to play the final. "Today was tougher. When I got out of bed today, I was almost walking. I was that excited. Mate, I felt fresh as a daisy." He said, "Last year I literally ripped the drip out of my arm Friday night to be able to play Saturday.